Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Worst Writer in the World with...
Howard Long.
How are you doing, Howard?
I'm very, very locked down.
Very locked down, me too. And it's nice to see your face again on video.
Thank you, and it's nice to see that mask you've got on.
Yeah, well, I don't want to catch germs off you. Like, you're just breathing straight at me. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to have that full face rubber one, though.
I can't get it off. I put it on to go to the shops and I can't get it off again.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you to the British Comedy Guide for hosting this show, and to you for listening to it, and to all our lovely patrons on Patreon for paying for it.
Yeah, and for talking about it and telling all their friends about it.
And, of course, thank you to the writer of this week's plot so far, Marjorie Plant.
Yeah.
The plot so far. Will is a sad man who got a job as a fish feeder. But then it turned out that the duties of a fish feeder include writing hit songs for Teddy Sharp and looking after Bob's drunk, suicidal daughter 24 hours a day. And since they never renegotiated wages, presumably Will is still being paid whatever a fish feeder gets paid, which, considering all you have to do is sprinkle some flakes once every couple of days, is probably no pounds an hour. Bob is a powerful man who knows from experience that you shouldn't have sex with your own daughter. But it's okay if Will does it while dressed as Bob and says, "Hello, my name's Bob. I'm your dad, fnurk, fnurk, padoink." Annalisa is a drunk woman who got dropped from her modelling agency because she's too old, and now faces a future of working in wool shops and trying to make money from playing the lute. Teddy is an ageing rock star who, no matter how many times people tell him to stop writing weird songs about boning dogs, really wants to write weird songs about boning dogs. Oh, and he's got nonce-ache. Because apparently Howard only recently found out what nonce means, but has spent the last 15 years using it anyway, in the hope that he'd accidentally get it right, brackets he didn't. And Harry is a woman.
Hooray!
But wait, she's not just a woman. She's the high-powered, successful agent of a rock star. She's an intelligent, motivated, occasionally devious, emotionally complex female character. And that's why she just turned up at Bob's mansion to cook everyone dinner.
Yeah, well, once you're not selling wool...
All right, so last time, you may remember, they had a little bit of a dinner party, a bit of an impromptu dinner party. They are Will, Annalisa, Teddy, and Harry.
Right,
okay?
and they're all going to have a foursome.
No, because they've split off by gender, basically. The men have gone into the kitchen to do the dishes, and the women have stayed in the lounge to smoke pipes and drink port or something like that.
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
So Teddy's in the kitchen telling Will that Annalisa will never be interested in him, all right? Because he's normal and boring and rubbish, and that is true. Okay?
Yeah,
Teddy
he's
has
really
got a point
boring,
there, okay?
yeah.
Meanwhile, Harry's in the lounge telling Annalisa that she'll never be interested in Will because he's boring and rubbish for the similar reasons, okay?
Yeah.
So at the moment, Harry is saying, "Do you actually know anybody who's not trying to make the tabloids?" Will?
Oh.
And Harry says, "No!
Ha
Too humorless. Handsome,
I
yes.
thought she was going to say too human then.
Too human. There's someone more robotic.
Date a robot. What? Why?
I've gone weird. I've gone weird. Yes. Oh, just so happens I brought my robot.
Yes, this robot can stimulate your clitoris and your G-spot at the same time. Can Will do that? Lousy human.
Are you selling sex robots?
Yes, they're very good.
Is that what this has all been about?
Cheap, and it's definitely a real robot. Just turn around for a second. Beep, boop, beep. Okay, it's here. The robot's here, and it wants to stimulate you.
Are you ready to be stimulated? It knows its way around a woman's body. Yeah. Why is it speaking with your voice, and also where have you gone?
I'm invisible.
Secondary power. Make Harry invisible and speak with her voice power. Well, all right then.
Yeah. So if Harry says I should sleep with this sex robot, I probably should. This reliable sex robot. Well, this sex robot's not trying to make the tabloids, is it?
No, don't worry about that photographer over there. Don't worry about Rupert Murdoch over there. He's fine.
Okay, here's my boobs then.
Here's my boobs. I'll put them on a tray for you. All right, so all that's happening. Harry actually says, no, too humorless. Handsome, yes. But the type of chap you'd pick up down the local morgue.
What? Of course.
Yeah, you know, when you go on the pull down the morgue, right? You know, on that normal Saturday night activity, like, oh, I'm a bit bored this evening, I could do with a shag. Where shall I go? Oh, no, the morgue.
Well, I've heard that when men die, they become erect, so they're probably ready to screw right now. And also, there'll be no awkward chit-chat afterwards because they're dead.
There might be a bit of awkward decomposition afterwards, a bit of awkward rotting.
Yeah, so I don't know what you mean about, like, humorless, yes, but I don't say that corpses are usually that attractive, Harry. Yes, very attractive corpses you could go and fuck. Yeah.
Annalisa says, but when he plays and sings, that goes, that badness, and there's a different man. I'm starting to suspect he can't play the piano. He just gets his brother to come in and do it for him. Now, there's a different man. Such life, because Will is a corpse.
Yes.
Such life. I think he's just a little sad. No! But he's normal, and not in a bad way. Harry says, no, again. And Annalisa says, why? Cut to kitchen. William, Teddy, I get it, believe me. I don't want to date her anyway. Ooh. And Teddy says, why? Cut back to dining room. Annalisa, you can't say no so fervently. Jokes. And not offer an explanation. That one wasn't a joke, I just did that one. Come on, out with it. Is he married or something? Oh. Cut to Teddy. Gay?
Yeah!
So Teddy says, gay? Because, you know, I'm available. Get rid of Polly. Not really that bothered about her, to be honest with you. You're a good-looking guy.
She'll film it.
William, no. Not married, are you? Will frowns and says nothing. Oh, maybe he is married. Next scene, interior dining room. Harry has no response to Annalisa saying, is he married or something? She is saved by the bell. Her phone rings. The readout says, home. I have to take this call. My house is ringing me. Interior kitchen. They have finished the washing up and are hanging by the door. Dark horse you. Dark horse you. William changes the subject. Me, dark horse. That's not changing the subject. I guess he's going to do that next. Me, dark horse. What about you and Harry?
I'm a green horse.
What? No. Whatever gave you that idea? Way too old for Teddy Sharp. Teddy Sharp only dates 17-year-olds, okay? And he's famous for it and sometimes has to go to prison for it. Right? Like when he miscalculates, okay? That's who Teddy Sharp is. He's not a weird man who dates people of his own age, okay?
I went to prison recently for dating 19-year-olds. There were 9 of them, and they were all teen-year-old. But the lower,
No,
the
it's
lower
pronounced
edge of
10. It's pronounced 10 years
10
old, Teddy.
10-year-olds,
They're all
yeah.
10 years old.
But added them together.
And also, you weren't dating them. You kidnapped them and kept them locked in your basement.
I did add them together. Not literally, like in that movie where they sews them up. And I was like, well, they're 90 now. And then I didn't find them attractive anymore because they're like old women.
Yeah, but for you. So I chucked them out and they told on me.
Yeah.
Harry says, "Sorry, chaps, I'm going to head off."
Wait. Just tell me what I did wrong. I'll apologise. Oh, no, this is taking a turn for the worst.
Yes, look, this is my sword.
And here's my pickle jar.
No, she says I'm going to head off, not I'm going to head off. Oh no, there's actually a lot of difference.
Same thing.
Yeah, she says she's going to head off. That's fine. That's normal language. That's okay. Teddy says it's still early. Duty calls.
Well, thank you for dinner.
A pleasure.
I'll give you a lift, darling.
Would you? That would be splendid. Thank you, Teddy. I'll just say good night to Annie. Who's Annie?
Annalise.
Oh, okay, yes, of course. I'm so easily confused by nicknames. It happens all the time. There's a point earlier in the script where I'm like, who's William? Someone says William, and who's William? I can't keep up at all. So I'll just say good night to Annie. She goes back into the dining room, and William says,
I'll give you a lift, darling.
which is so out of character. He's shown no signs of having a sense of humour until this moment when suddenly he's like, "Oh, Teddy, you said a stupid thing. I'm going to laugh at you now."
He has had a sense of humour. You just bought what Harry's been telling you. You're like somebody that reads newspapers and
I
like,
do
they
believe
say,
Harry. She seems very
Will
convincing.
has no sense of humour, so you think he doesn't, but he's a hilarious like prankster, as we've discovered just then.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's the first time he's demonstrated it. I feel like I'm not saying he can't possibly have a sense of humour, but just that we haven't seen it until this point.
He's been doing it. He's been doing it in scenes he's not in.
yeah.
He's been dressing up in his clown outfit and juggling. It's been brilliant.
Unfortunately, we keep catching him when he's doing his deadpan routine and practicing no jokes.
It's all part of his routine though, like the kind of deadpan thing. And then
That's why I called it his deadpan routine.
yes. That's why I said it's all part of his routine.
You were right, yeah.
His deadpan
that
routine.
deadpan's part of his routine.
It's a part of
Yeah,
his
really?
routine.
I didn't know that. Tell me more.
And then once he's like Jack D, and then he gets out of a tiny car,
Like Jack D does.
falls over some fish. It's brilliant. It's good stuff.
Right, so we're still at Bob's mansion. Harry had to go home, but the others are still there.
Right.
Next scene, interior lounge. The fish swim in their tank. End of scene.
Wow.
Next scene.
Who bought them a tank? That's dangerous.
Are those fish fully trained in driving a tank? Oh yeah, I think they're... Oh shit, maybe they weren't, yeah.
What did Bob say about the fish? Don't buy them a tank, was it?
Don't sleep with my daughter and don't buy the fish a tank.
because I want my smansion to be there when I get
Yeah.
back.
But if you do either of those things, make sure you film yourself sleeping with my daughter saying, "Call me Bob."
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
make sure
That's right,
that
yeah.
when the fish are destroying my house, they say, "Our names are Bob. I hate houses." Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite make so much sense, that one, does it?
It's fine.
Add a little try, didn't I?
it, yeah.
Add a little try and a little callback.
Well, the most important thing is that you tried.
Yeah, that's what matters, isn't it? Next scene, interior, bathroom, Bob's mansion.
Hello, my name's Bob Smansion. What are you doing inside me? Oh no, there's a tank. I'm being shot.
Fish tank. Oh no, hang on. Oh, it's a fish tank. Okay.
Oh, I misunderstood the word tank.
I'm not going to get shot by a fish tank.
How did I make that mistake when that's what you keep fishing and everybody fucking knows?
Tap turns on.
Tap turns on.
Tap turns on. William.
Wow. Fucking poltergeist or what?
Blood comes out.
Twins arrive. I'm the male one. We are identical.
Honest, I am the man. No tricks involved. I am. Why do you talk exactly like me?
And I'm Stevie's sister. I'm the girl one.
Hey, it's me, Steve.
Yeah, we're identical male and female twins.
Why do you talk exactly like me and she talks like Teddy Sharp? You two have a paucity of voices. Work harder. No. Well, this voice has to be in every script.
We're twins. We don't have to work hard. It's famously because, like, you know, one job, two people. That's how it works.
Have you never seen The Prestige?
Yeah,
Come on, one job, two people.
I turn up on Fridays and he turns up on Saturdays. And
who works any more days than that?
the other twins.
You know,
The other five twins.
Common working week, Friday to Saturday, as we all say.
That's why you've got to have set tuplets, isn't it? And then you could have a really good magician career. Benefit if there's 7 of you as well. If one of them does get his, like, 2 of his fingers shot off, right? You don't all have to cut your fingers off. You just get rid of him. Just shoot him.
Out of a cannon.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, because that'd be your amazing trick. Yeah. You're like, I'm going to shoot myself out of a cannon and then reappear in this box not shot.
Fetch the stunt Christian Bale.
Just he's not going to take his gloves off, all right, for this trick. But he does have a full complement of fingers.
Before you listen to what we've just said, I'd just like to warn you there are spoilers in that conversation.
For The Prestige, book and film, although the book really is not that much of a surprise.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think it does the bit where he gets his hand shot off either, does it?
No.
Or maybe it does, but I don't remember.
No, I don't think it does. No, I think I remember watching the film after reading the book and being that being a different way of doing the thing.
It's a good bit, because the other one has to then cut his fingers off.
Yeah.
And she's all like, "Oh no, your fingers are bleeding again." Why is that? Is it because you're twins? It's got more canny in my version. You know, like sometimes
very quick.
You know, like sometimes your penis is really big, and then other days you don't have one.
Yeah.
Are you the female twin?
Yeah. That's why.
Identical twins.
Are you the female Christian Bale?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you mean. Twins? What are you talking about?
These are my twins. Woo. Yeah. I'm meaning to speak to you about that, actually.
Proof that I'm not twins.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have boobs. Sometimes I have boobs. Therefore, I'm not twins.
Yeah, that's not the best argument for not being twins, is it?
Sometimes I have boobs. No,
but
it's also not the best argument for being twins. So it's okay. It's fucking meaningless. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what that conversation came from the fact that I read the phrase "tap turns on." That's why we had that conversation.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Spooky Potter, guys. I remember that. Right. Yeah.
William in pajamas has applied.
William in pajamas has applied to what? What's he done?
No.
What's the rest of the lyrics?
I mean, yeah, when you hear the word applied, you expect applied for a job or applied for university or something. But no, he has applied toothpaste to his toothbrush. Which is a normal way of speaking. What are you doing, Will? I'm just applying toothpaste. My toothbrush. That's a bit of a weird way of doing it.
My toothbrush is taking acceptance of toothpaste.
Taking acceptance.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not very good with words. My toothbrush is taking his acceptance of toothpaste. William in pajamas has applied toothpaste to his toothbrush when Annalisa enters in her nightie. She says.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't do that. She takes toothpaste and applies to her toothbrush. So this mansion only has one bathroom.
No, because she's that aggressive stalker
Is she
character,
doing that
isn't
again?
It's a mansion with like 26 wings, right?
Yeah.
You know, not just the regular 4. And she
And
there's
also
100 bathrooms, and she goes into his.
When he's in there.
Yeah.
Because he probably doesn't spend that long in there, right?
He's in there taking a shit, and she comes in and takes one next to him. That's what it should be.
On the floor.
Instead of... yeah.
He's like, I mean, you could have said, I would have left.
Instead of this kind of like cutesy classic they clean their teeth next to each other sequence,
they
two
shit
people
next
taking a shit next to each other. What are you doing? I'm in the middle of a shit. That's all right, I don't mind, she says, pulling down a slack and curling one out on the tiles. Oh my god. Yeah, it's cute this, isn't it? Also cute,
Some pixie
taking
dream
a shit
girl.
together.
Oh my god, yeah. She takes toothpaste and applies to her toothbrush, and Lisa and William clean their teeth. The time arrives for the need to spit.
The time arrives for the need to spit. They both lean forward at the same time. They stop. They try again. This time they bang heads.
Yeah.
Make more of this type of comedy. This type of comedy scene.
The time comes when they need to wipe. They both reach for the toilet paper.
They bang hands together.
Yeah.
Oh. They try again. This time they bang heads. William gestures for her to spit first. She leans forward and, covering her mouth from his view, spits. So now she's being coy again.
Yeah.
She's got this weird habit of doing something really disgusting, like vomiting or brushing her teeth openly next to someone. Something that's usually quite private, going for a shit on the floor, and then acting coy really inappropriately afterwards.
I've accidentally done a poo on the floor.
Oh, who did that shit on the floor? Was it me just now while you were watching? Oh, how coy of
Better
me.
cover that over with some toilet roll.
Yes.
Oh, what a piece of poo. Deary
Oh,
dear.
what am I like?
What am I like?
I'm so cookie.
Run away. You locked the door.
William gestures for her to spit first. She leans forward and, covering her mouth from his view, spits. After she has spat, he spits. They continue cleaning teeth. The time to spit arrives again. Make more of this type of comedy scene.
God.
Right, so they finished doing that weird toothbrushing thing, and Will went to bed. So William sits up in bed, his light on, he's thinking.
Oh, what's he
Remember that?
thinking?
No,
Is he
we've
thinking
done that.
about bees attacking him, or is he thinking
Yeah.
about jam, or what can I
Both.
say?
Both.
Okay, all of those things.
Outside, the floorboards creak. Thank you.
Yeah, lose weight.
You fat old ridiculous
You
woman.
size 0.
Yeah.
You can go to a...
Elderly 30-year-old woman.
You need to get thinner so that Ohio's got something for dinner. That's that famous saying. You need to be thinner so Ohio can have dinner. Yeah, I don't think that the floor would creak if a size 0 model kind of like stepped on it.
I think creaky floorboards will creak if anything. steps on
really?
them, even an ant.
So that they won't just discriminate between thin
They
people
don't.
and
Yeah, creaky floorboards
people.
are not
racists.
Are not racist. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Outside, the floorboards creak. He turns. There is a shadow behind the door.
Down, 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 down. Down, down, down,
Well, that's-
down, 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 down.
Ding-a-ling-ding. That's the only way you could know, right? Because like if you come and stand out on the other side of my door,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a shadow there. I might hear the floorboard creak, but I'm not like, oh fucking hell, I just heard a creak of the floorboard. I bet there's a shadow on the other side of my door that I can't see because it's made of wood. But if it was Hank Marvin
Yeah.
playing his guitar, I'd be like, Hank Marvin's on the other side of my door.
definitely is.
I can hear a shadow.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can hear a shadow. So you are correct.
3.
All right, I'll change it. Outside, the floorboards creak. He turns. There is a Hank Marvin behind the door. So Hank Marvin's behind the door. Interior, corridor. Annalisa is by William's door next to Hank Marvin.
What you doing here, though? Dad, what are you doing?
She pauses. She
right.
almost knocks, but then thinks better of it. Okay, I better do. I'm
do that
I'm
thought,
going to
yeah.
do the thought process. Okay, so that's her treading on Harry.
That's, yeah, good.
Right, rrr, that's the pause.
That's the pause.
Okay, and oh, ooh.
Wow.
That was her almost knocking, but then thinking better of it. That
was good.
And then she continues on her way. Milk. Okay, that's her continuing on her way.
Really, not only is it good and funny for a romantic comedy, but it's also sexy for a romantic comedy.
Hey, I'm all about good, funny, and sexy.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, when people look at me,
Yeah.
they're like, that guy is both good, funny, and sexy. He's both good, funny, and sexy. All right?
Both good and funny.
Yeah, that's what they say. And then I'm like, I think you chose the wrong word with both there.
Troth. Is troth? Is it troth? Is that what it is when it's 3?
He is troth good, funny, and sexy, they should say. Interior, William's bedroom. William, seeing she has gone, rolls onto his back.
Oh. Rolls onto his back. What was he?
Where was he before? Was he lying face down?
He was sat face down. He sat in bed. He was sat in bed face down.
Yeah. And then, she's gone. I better roll onto my back. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
you know, sitting face down is really uncomfortable.
Really uncomfortable. Jesus Christ.
Cut 2, exterior, Muswell Hill, early morning.
Hooray! Howard is there, shouting at a church. Alright,
Fucking church, getting in the way.
Where's the free soup? I know you got free soup in there.
I was trying to go for a walk and there's a church in the way. Classical music is playing on the piano.
On the piano? That Muswell Hill piano?
Yeah. William, carrying the music box, buys a beautiful bunch of flowers from the flower stall. Exterior, Bob's mansion, morning. Tweet, tweet, say the birds.
They do.
Tweet,
is that
tweet,
a stage direction or is that a dialogue?
No, that says tweet, tweet, say the birds.
I mean,
Tweet, tweet, say the birds.
That's going to be hard giving them that direction. Oh, so you two bluebirds there, could you try saying tweet, tweet and stop saying...
You're saying whistle, whistle, chirrup, chirrup at the moment. Could you not? It says tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet in the script.
Very clearly says tweet, tweet. It doesn't say birds make noise. It doesn't matter what.
Okay, get rid of these.
Shoot the birds.
These birds.
Shoot these birds.
No, not working either. Could you put on a bird outfit and go to sit in that tree and say tweet you? Okay.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet. Hello, I'm a bird. What
Okay,
am I doing in the tree? Having a little tweet, It's much better, yeah.
Mr. Flack, it just says just tweet, tweet, not I'm a little bird sitting in a tree, coming in your film, coming in your film.
Have a little tweet. Here I am, tweeting.
All right, can we sack this man now, please?
I'm just going to start. I'll just say tweet.
Interior, music room, morning. Annalisa is sat at the piano playing the classical music. The front door slams and momentarily William enters with his music box.
He's slamming the door.
Hey!
Morning.
Teddy phoned. Apparently, he woke up in Frankfurt and says to write without him. He's got that weird sleep disorder called sleep teleporting.
I must have.
You know,
because he's definitely in bed with a woman on his chest last night.
Yeah. He's got sleep teleportation. It's a terrible disorder that affects 1 in 7 billion people. Or to put it another way, one person.
Yeah.
And he's got it. So he says better write without him because he might not teleport in his sleep tonight.
Do we think that maybe he's lying and he didn't? He's just going, I can't be asked to write today. Just tell him I'm working in Frankfurt.
I'm in Frankfurt.
Look, in the middle of the night, he got really peckish and he went downstairs and got loads of Frankfurters out of the fridge and filled a bath and he's just lying in them.
Isn't that
really nice?
I'm in Frankfurters. Did you say you're in Frankfurt? No, I'm in Frankfurt. I've got sleep teleportation.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I've heard of that. It affects 1 in 7 billion people.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I wrote the Wikipedia page myself. Teddy phoned. Apparently he woke up in Frankfurt due to his 1 in 7 billion sleep teleportation disorder.
Which I have a sneaking suspicion is him just getting into Jeff Goldblum's pod, but, you know...
Also, I find it very suspicious that it's called a sleep teleportation disorder, and the abbreviation of that is STD. He's saying he's got STD.
No.
Where have you been?
Nowhere.
Anywhere. I
Why
stopped existing for a short period of time and I'm back again.
I just went to visit nowhere.
He might have a teleport pod, but I've got a limbo pod.
I've got a limbo pod. Went to nowhere for a while. I'm sick of listening to you.
Well, you know, if you got a time machine, right, and you get in your time machine and you go to the future, you do stop existing
from the point of view of other people. Yeah,
for,
absolutely, yeah. So if he was in his time machine, jumping forward an hour, and she's like, where have you been for the last hour?
Time machine, just jumping in his time machine. Just a big pig jumping in a time machine.
Big jumping time machine. That's why you love jumping, because you got confused about what a time jump was. You thought it meant getting in the TARDIS and jumping up and down.
Wee! Yeah. Stop that, Sarah Jane.
Hey, Howard, stop jumping in my TARDIS, okay? When I said time jump, I did not mean that. Okay, so she says, where you been? He says, nowhere. Why have you got that? She points at the music box. It's a good question. Why is he carrying a music box around?
Just a gift. I keep forgetting to give.
When did you get up?
You're asking me a lot of questions first thing in the morning, actually. You have to quiz me about where'd you get your trousers? What colour socks have you got on? How much cheese have you got in your fridge? Just leave me alone. It's very early in the morning.
No, she says, when did you get up? He says, early. I couldn't sleep. Had this half tune going round my head. He sits beside her and plays a little song, Ready or Not, lyrical impasse.
Lyrical impasse?
Well, he's going to sing, because obviously he hasn't got lyrics for it yet. So what he sings is la 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 do 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 la 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 no la lo da dee da da do
Bee bully boo bully boo. Roggy roggy rog. That's what. No, it's boobly boobly boo.
Oh my God.
It is. It's la la la. Let's see. La 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 la. Do 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 do.
La 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 do 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 do. Bibbly bibbly boo. Oh my God.
You would right.
Fuck.
Yeah. Check the pages this week, listener, to
Shit.
see that Howard really did write the Nomley Closh theme, also known as Mr. Blah from The
I can't
Simpsons.
believe that Stephen Moffat listened to Nobody Closh, stole it, and then went and wrote Notes on Love by Howard Long.
Wow, weirdo. Annalisa plays a little. La 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 la. Doody doo 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 doo. Tom tiddly tee. Ta tiddly tow. They both play.
Oh my God.
They're going to do it as a duet. All right. William. Ding dangle dongle. Dee dingle. Dee dongle. Dee dingle.
would be such a good
Dee
scene.
dongle. Dee do. Roggy roggy rog.
I mean,
Da dingle. Da dongle. Dee dingle. Da dongle dingle.
what is going on there?
Dee-doo.
What is actually happening at this point? What are they doing? They're playing
Well,
the
I
piano
think-
and saying dingle dangle dongle.
I mean, I think
I've
they-
got the great idea for a song. Dingle dangle dongle do. And she's like, oh, I like that. Dingly bongly bangle boo.
Yeah.
Is that what
I
the
think-
fuck is going
I think
on?
they believe they're playing the piano. I think they're sitting at a table going, I've got a great idea for a song. Do you want me to play it on my imaginary piano? Dingle dongle ding. Oh, that's brilliant. Dingle dingle dongle do.
I mean, regardless. I mean, even if they are sat at a piano doing this, it's not a song because it isn't anything, is it? They're just saying nonsense words.
I guess what's meant to really be happening is they're actually playing the piano. So all the dingly dongle is just showing the melody. I suppose.
But did you have an idea for a song, right? I had an idea for a song. You go like, what's the idea for a song? Well, it's called Bingly Bongly Dingly Dongly Do. And this is what it goes like, Bingly Bongly Dingly Dongly Do. It's like, that's not how you have an idea for a song, is it? You have some idea, maybe even if it's one word or a concept. It's kind of like, it's called like Dogs Are Bad. And you go like, dogs are bad, they're really bad. I don't like that dog I had. But if you've not got any idea, that's not an idea for a song. What you've got is like your ability to just play a few chords, and that's not an idea for a song. And Bob's Smansion has specifically requested songs about life and
They do
and
care about
experience.
they do
And
care about the
Bingly
lyrics.
bongly bangly blue dibbly dobbly dobbly do is not anybody's experience of life.
Can I tell you about what I did yesterday? Well, yesterday I went to the Bingly Bongly Bangle Boo. And do you know what I did there? I dingly dongly dangle. Yeah. Anyway, we might talk about it. Bingly Bongly Dingly Doo.
Okay, the neighbour are going to love this.
I don't know if that's true for everyone. I think it's definitely possible to write music first and add lyrics later. I think
But it's not an idea for a song.
No, but he's got a piece of music idea.
I've done a tune.
What does he say?
I've done a tune.
No, he doesn't say he's got an idea for a song.
Oh.
He says, I couldn't sleep, had this half tune going around my
he did
head.
say half
so,
tune.
yeah,
okay.
it's okay. So get off his case, Howard.
Oh, sorry, I thought you had an idea for a song.
So anyway,
He's
they
just
do all
totally
that.
ripped that off of The Simpsons.
Yeah, it sounds like The Simpsons, right? It sounds like Mr. Plow.
That was to play.
He wants to get his own tune instead of using Mr. Plow and saying it's his.
And this really great idea for Mr. Plow. I mean, for a tune.
Yeah, no, go with it.
That Bingley
Oh,
Bongle, it's Mr. Blongle.
That was a brilliant idea for Mr. Plow tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do all that, and then William says, okay, yes, great. Dictaphone. He switches on the dictaphone. And then he says, only problem is, and then he's going to continue singing. I've got no words in my head. I only spent 4 hours in bed. Some coffee will help you to wake. Coffee and maybe some cake. What, you can't have cake? Not at this time. But in France, cake for breakfast is fine.
Shut up! What's that dog doing in the window? Get away!
Okay, get your shoes since you've no weight to lose. There's a baker's in Muswell Hill who do cheesecake that is skill.
Skill.
That's what William says. Skill? I think the word skill needed to be reintroduced to the world.
Didn't rhyme though, did it?
No, I don't know if she was actually... Maybe she
Almost
was.
all hill. Skill.
Okay. Exterior, Muswell Hill. They walk up the road and into Muswell Hill. Interior.
Whee!
Interior.
Howard is there.
Bakers.
Shouting.
shouting
Get
at a
on!
brick.
Get your fucking film crew out. That's what I'm trying to buy some
buy a
beans.
cake.
Get fuck off.
Interior bakers, Howard is there shouting, buy cakes and bread.
Stupid bread! Fucking bread!
Exterior, Alexandra Palace, walking through, feed ducks with the bread. They just bought bread from a baker's, now they're giving it to ducks.
Yeah, you shouldn't feed those.
Absolutely. Firstly, that's a waste of good bread, and secondly, the ducks are going to explode if you feed them bread.
You know, you can get like proper seed just by the duck pond. You should give them that. Don't give them bread.
They feed the deer leaves, sit and watch the day pass by. Wow, they're sitting around feeding the whole day, feeding ducks and deer. Yeah. What a dull day. They want to sort their lives out.
That's quite fun actually. Feeding
Not
the
for
ducks
a
and
whole
deer.
day.
Well, I mean, I don't say that I would do it for a whole day.
But they have.
Yeah, well, they're idiots.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
You
I'm
don't
saying.
know when. They got up really early. Then they went and ate some cheesecake, bought some bread, went and fed the ducks for 6 hours.
They didn't eat cheesecake. They talked about it, but they didn't do it.
I mean, why do the deer only get leaves? Why do the ducks get bread? Why don't they give the deer some bread?
They should give because then the ducks won't explode, and nor will the deer. Exterior, Alexandra Palace, walking through, feed ducks with the bread, feed deer leaves, sit and watch the day pass by. They are on bench looking at the sun. This is
good.
They're going to go blind. They're sitting on a bench staring at the sun, and William's like, weird feeling, like, I was told not to do this as a child. Can you see anything? No, I'm completely blind now. No, she says, there's a music/art event in town on Saturday. You have to come. And William says, I really should stay home and write.
You haven't got a home. You haven't got a home, you fucking tramp.
You're
Staying in
living
my
in
house.
my house. I insist that you come to this really boring sounding event with me.
I've got to fucking go, then you'll come with me. I don't want to go either, but
You mean stay and stare at the piano? I'm sure you have plenty of friends who... I don't want to go with them. I want to go with you. I mean, you should come because it will help you find words for our song. Our song? She nods emphatically with a big grin, and William says, without even the slightest bit of argument, fine, all right, you can have half my money for the song I wrote because you went lolly lolly la on top of it. Well, I mean, as long as they end up living happily ever after, and like maybe they'll end up sharing their money, and it really doesn't matter who wrote the song.
they're not going to get together.
It's a romance. You said they're not. It's not a It's a rom-com. Because if it was a romance, they would get together. One of them would die,
Yeah,
and also that doesn't matter who
They
wrote
don't
the
think that
song.
they're getting together right now. I mean, he's not going to go like.
No, they are,
have
because-
have more royalties.
This is their false beginning, right? This is their everything's fine. They've been out feeding the ducks. Now they seem really happy together. Tomorrow we'll go
It's
to
not dating, though, is it? Just feeding some ducks.
No, they're in the.
When I
they're in
feed
the...
ducks with someone, I don't start giving them royalties to a song.
You...
That's not what fucking happens, is it?
I mean, that's true, but also you're not representative of any other human. We should ever use you as an example of
you should.
normality.
Because I've got some royalties I could give away. You wouldn't get a lot. You wouldn't get a lot, but I could give them away.
Oh,
but
hang on.
But I wouldn't do it.
You mean for our song? For our songs, all those songs that you get royalties for, our songs. You mean them?
No.
Here, take this bit of. You see this bit of bread, Howard? Just throw it at that duck. Throw it at that duck.
Why is so much time travelling? What's going on?
Throw it at the duck. Okay, here, have a leaf. Right, all right.
Shit,
Give it to the deer.
What's happening here? What is that? Is a deer? That's a weird deer.
Can you have a leaf, please?
Oh my god, he can talk. He's a fucking talking. He's a talking deer.
Right, okay. Now stare at the sun. Stare at the sun. Stare at the sun.
No, you take my royalties. I'm going to take this talking deer, and I'm going to get so fucking rich.
All right, I want
found
half.
a talking deer.
I want half the royalties of that deer.
No, that's my deer.
Look at the sun. Look at the sun.
Oh my god,
All right, it's my deer.
where's the deer gone? Where's the deer gone?
You
Give me
see,
the deer back.
you see what her plan is now.
Oh my God.
She's made him go blind.
Yeah.
She's probably got special contact lenses in.
Because if he can't see, he can't tell people he wrote a song.
He can't find his song.
Yeah. It's right here. That's where it is, and
Yeah.
she's just moved it.
No, that's my song.
No, there's nothing there, but
Yeah.
I've got one here.
That's of course why Stevie Wonder never gets any of the money from his songs.
Yeah,
because he
someone
can't find them.
moved
Someone moved them to the left.
Moved the sheet music and said, I wrote
That's
that.
mine. Yeah, I wrote that. By Annalisa.
Yeah. It must be a constant tribulation for blind people. People coming along just writing by Annalisa on stuff they've done, like their homework, or if they're in school, their music, if they're Stevie Wonder. It's a car if they're, they shouldn't really have a car.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yeah,
It's good if someone claims the blind person's car. Yeah. Their gun.
yeah, fair enough.
They're Adrian Mole novels.
No, you're right. We should rob blind people of all their trappings.
Yeah. Sue Townsend went blind towards the end of her life.
That's so
complicated through diabetes.
Really?
Yeah. She was type 1 like me.
Diabetes, as she liked to call it, and did do.
Diabetes.
What?
Mybetes. No, she did diabetes. So unlike me,
my diabetes.
Yeah, I've got alive-betes, right?
Okay, right. Oh, sure.
Stay alive-betes, but she had diabetes. And
Shit.
that was worse. That's worse, to be honest.
Diabetes.
Yeah, but I've got stay alive-betes.
Diabetes. I stay alive. Other parts of me beaties.
Yeah, I've got just stay alive generally betes. It's a much better disorder to have, I reckon. I mean, who goes around having diabetes? That's awful. It's fucking awful thing.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. You're great.
Yeah.
They are, though, aren't they? They are great. But I tell you what, I reckon they could, if they really wanted to, they could up their greatness just a tiny bit.
Yeah, how's that?
I mean, they're already great. Don't get me wrong. They're all fantastic. But there is one thing they could do, which wouldn't cost them any money or much time. They could, mention our podcast to someone somewhere. For example, on their social media, they could say, hey, I enjoy this. Here's a link. If they happen to see one of the many millions of people who say, what's your favourite podcast at the moment?
Yeah.
They could say, well, The Worst Writer in the World is.
Yeah.
Or, what's a podcast you laughed at recently? They could say, well, The Worst Writer in the World, that's good.
Or they could go out into the streets, and when they see someone cross the road to avoid them, they could chase after them and say, hey, come back.
No,
Listen to a
don't do that.
podcast.
I mean, what they could do, if you like the show, we don't want you to lie for us. If you're listening to this show as a form of self-torture because you hate us and it, then you don't have to do this. We're not asking anyone to lie. Yeah. But if you like it, then please do mention that to other people sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, and thanks for mentioning us to a person who isn't you.
Yeah. And that last point was important. Don't just tell yourself in the mirror. I know you've got no friends, but
that's why you got to go in the street and chase people.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. It's a joke, everyone. I know some of you are quite thick, right? But don't go out in the street and chase people. All right?
Oh, amazing.
Or shouting about us, we're going to get a really bad reputation that way. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye, milk.
Bye-bye, milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.